Oh,
say something.
is it up to me?
Go ahead,
Okay.
start it up.
All right, cool. So yes, we have a wonderful show. We have some lovely, lovely guests to talk about the terms and conditions of Hump Day. But before we get started, and before Al raised the stream, there's only one thing we gotta do to get this started, and that's thank you, my friend.
You
In
like the echo
stereo.
there?
In
In
stereo.
stereo.
I'm
Sorry.
so glad she knows that theme song.
And that's why you put a ring on it.
That's right. That's why I put a ring on it. Definitely.
All right, welcome everybody. We have a great episode today. We are going over the terms and conditions of Hump Day. Yeah. We're waiting for Al, right? His guest is here and he's late. How about that?
Big
That
shot.
happens. That happens.
Fantastic.
Hello, Neil.
Hey
What's
guys.
going on, Neil?
How's it going? All right, so we do have a couple guests today. So I want you guys to go ahead and introduce yourselves. So take it away. Anybody can start.
Where you starting? Oh,
All right, I guess I'll go because I spoke.
yes.
Hi, I'm Crimson Adams. You have probably seen me with Echo Ninja here on Saturday nights. He is my lovely fiance and podcast partner, I guess, too.
Yay. Move on.
That yay.
I guess I'll go next. I am Jonesy, and I am with Sir Wednesday. He invited me.
All right,
and
that's my baby. Look who decided to show up. But enough about him. Let's go to the next person on the roster. You may have seen her on the chat. There she goes. Introduce yourself, girl.
My lovely significant other, Gummy Bear. You can go ahead.
Significant other, okay.
Oh, we can't hear her.
We can't hear her. No.
I'm still harping on the part significant other.
Oh, God.
Well, see what happens when you're late to the party, pal.
I wasn't late. I was on time.
Shut your ass up.
Your guest was on time.
When you're on time, you're late. When you're early, you're on time.
Shut your ass.
And when you diss Death Row, you diss yourself. Hell yeah. Sorry.
I think Gummy Bear also froze.
Oh,
Yeah,
no.
I think she probably probably gonna.
She looks fine frozen though. Like how she freezes with the perfect.
Yeah, for real.
People freeze
Yeah,
with,
she's
like,
glowing
it's like
with
mid,
the
like,
cheesy smile.
Mid like talk. She's just like hello. Perfect shot.
So when she gets back on, I guess we'll pass it down to Al's guest. Al, would you like to introduce your guest? Or would Neil, would you like to introduce yourself for this latecomer?
Yeah.
I got this.
Ooh, sassy. I liking this.
and he's got the voice too.
Are you sure? Just kidding. Al, do you want an intro? I mean, go ahead. I'm Neil. I'm Al's friend and guest today. Very scared / excited to see what happens today.
Oh, right.
Okay.
Is she back?
Something like that. Okay. So we are here today to discuss, all things romance, relationships, sex, the good stuff. So I guess we'll start off since Valentine's Day was just the other day. Do you think celebrating Valentine's Day is corny, or do you actually enjoy Valentine's Day?
I'll let you speak first.
No, you go ahead.
I'm not a fan of Valentine's Day. That's just me. It's just a greeting card day for me. For Hallmark to just make money.
But I enjoy it.
Yes, she does, and I cave in and I do it for her because she enjoys it. And
we tried to keep it really simple this year, and then everything just got so fucked up.
Just went to shit.
Like, we were supposed to do on Sunday, we were supposed to do this. Just let's cook a meal together and just spend the day together. And I ended up getting club hockey seats for free. So I was like, hey, can I go? Do you care if I go and we just do it when I get home? He's like, yeah, sure, no problem. So we ended up pushing it for next Sunday. And then we were supposed to just like chill yesterday. And no, on Valentine's Day. And he got stuck at work until 8:30 at night. And then had a migraine when he came home.
Oh no.
Yeah, it sucked.
It's not a regular migraine. It's a Craig migraine.
Yeah, Craig migraines fucking suck.
They
bro.
really do. I've seen them.
Oh, I've seen it
in person.
Oh, they've all seen it.
Oh yeah,
it's not good.
He's on the floor counting tile squares and shit.
Yeah.
No joke.
Yeah.
I feel like the main issue with
Valentine's,
like the Valentine's Day thing, it's just the expectations that are set. Like, you guys want to cook together and it didn't pan out. Well, there's other days you can cook together, stuff like that. And it's just this feeling,
right.
this sense of pressure that we have to be this and do, like, because I'm the whole, like, just a little backstory. I've been married twice, so, it's just like, I've kind of run the gamut of, like, extravagant stuff and nothing, so,
mm-hmm.
and then I've been single, so I feel like it's so, like, it really just depends on the motivation behind it. Like, everything is so commercial nowadays, and it's like what you take out of it, what you do with it. So, like Christmas, it's not about religion mostly, it's about gifts and all that crap. So, like, but it depends on the place you come from. So yeah, Valentine's Day has become this whole Hallmark holiday, and it's like, but it's like, are you doing it out of a sense of obligation or a sense of expectation? Or are you doing it out of genuine like this? But the thing with me is like, because I think about like what makes it corny for me is the whole social media, like, my relationship is better than yours, and look how much better my SO knows me than yours knows you. Did your SO do this for you? Like, you're posting this stuff, and it becomes this pissing contest. Like, who did it best? And it becomes this, like, and I kind of think about, I speak back to before social media, like, where it was like realistic. And I remember it would fall on a weekend, and people would have flowers sent to them on weekday. And it's like, well, why, like, is it about showing, like, flashing it out to the world, like, that this is our relationship and whatnot? I guess as I've gotten older, like, to me, intimacy is intimacy. Like, it's like, like, I don't need, 300 of my closest friends to know that I got flowers or whatnot. But the funny thing is, like, so Monday night, like, so on Sunday, Seth came over and, Sir Wednesday. So watched the Super Bowl together, and I cooked, and he brought me this beautiful chair, which was awesome, and it's like a meaningful gift. It doesn't seem like a very romantic gift, but it's like, it's what I have back issues, I have hip issues, and I knew I needed a better chair, but I just didn't have the funds at the moment, and he bought me something that
he anticipated your need, which made it very sweet.
Right. He bought me something to fill a need.
It makes it nice.
Yeah, so Monday night I was in the ShopRite, and I see all these schmucks lined up buying these like ShopRite Mylar balloons and flowers from ShopRite, and I'm thinking, this is what makes it corny and bad. Like, these guys, like, and there were a couple of women too, obviously they're on their way home. It's like almost 7 o'clock at night, and they haven't done anything, but they have to do it. And like, well, where's the meaning behind it? There's no meaning behind it. You didn't pre-plan it. You didn't think about it ahead of time. It's just like, I can't come empty-handed. And wonder, like, I look at half the guys there, and I was like, yeah, these guys are like, yeah, baby, let's go to bed. Like, because I got you a freaking ShopRite Mylar balloon. I'd be like, take that shit out of here. Like, I don't need that. Like, that's wasted. You know, it's like, don't even bother. So when it's like that kind of thing, it's like, I have to do something. That's when it becomes like corny, and I'm not about that. But if you want to take the opportunity to celebrate love, like, then do it. It just needs to be meaningful and like genuine.
Yeah, no, and I completely agree. That's why it was like, I wasn't mad at him. I wasn't mad at him that he got stuck at work on on Monday, and then nor was he upset with me for going to the hockey game, because he knows how much I enjoy it. So
I mean, for
we
me,
could do what we wanted to do at any other time.
Yeah, for me, I always believe that you don't need to show how much you care for a person in one day. You can do it literally for the rest of your life.
Now, did that stop me from making a schmoopy post on Facebook just because I wanted to? No.
Yeah.
Just to piggyback off what you said, I am Clark commented. One side is feeling of social pressure, while the other side is, no matter how busy life gets with outside things, one day out of 365 is set aside to show respect and appreciation for the other.
I mean, that's a good way of looking at it too.
Yeah, but if you're in a relationship, I mean, if it's something you're getting to know the person, you're not technically in a relationship, you're just dating, then yeah, it's kind of good to be able to experience something like that. But if you're in a committed relationship, this is something that should be done randomly throughout any day of the year, because it's something that you guys are sharing between each other. It's not like, oh, well, yeah, I got you flowers and I did all this stuff, and I paid that shit on Valentine's Day. So what's the point? What's every other day then? You know what I mean? You're just gonna give her the big bunch of flowers on Valentine's Day only, and then not deal with the rest of the year. That's not how it works. And a lot of people actually take it as that. And I feel like social media has a big part in that, with I Am Clark saying, because you are looking to one up or basically do something bigger because you have the money, or you want to flex and you want to put this up. And so a lot of people end up doing this extravagant thing. They end up becoming broke as hell for no reason, and it's just to express your appreciation for a specific person on that day. Or did you do it the rest of the year? Probably not. And that makes no sense, especially again if you're in a committed relationship.
Well,
I mean,
I agree with what he said.
Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, I was just saying. Yeah.
But I mean, as a guy who likes to provide for their, so like, I guess you do kind of like feel the pressure for this particular day, because like you could send your significant other gifts, or give her gifts any day of the year really, but then this day you feel that pressure. And then like I definitely did this year, and I had to go and get, I remember thinking, oh shit, it's Valentine's Day is coming up, I gotta go get gotta get this girl. Then you're on Amazon or wherever trying to find whatever it is would she like this? Is this in her size? Damn, I don't even know. I want to surprise her, but I gotta ask questions too.
Gotta be slick with it, man.
So when do you start planning? That? Like, if you're getting something from Amazon, do you start planning that like a week in advance, or like 2 weeks?
Well, like me personally, I'm in a long distance thing right now, so I had to plan it out where I know she's gonna get the gift on time, hopefully. So then I don't know, maybe a week before or something like that. But then the actual ordering has to come maybe a few days before.
Good old blockchain.
There, I do see that. You know what, people are like in supermarkets and all these other crazy stores looking for gifts like the day of. Like that makes no sense. That means you definitely forgot. I mean, maybe you got paid Monday. I'll give it to you if you get paid Mondays, but that's normally rare as hell. So your ass forgot, and you need to be in the fucking doghouse for that.
Mm.
Yeah.
But then if it's something like flowers, yeah, I guess you do want them as fresh as possible. No.
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
hate.
that's
Here's the
true.
thing. I hate giving out flowers to anybody. It doesn't fucking matter what it is. I'd rather give you like a fake carnation than a bouquet of like 12 or 24 roses or whatever the hell it is. You spend all this money and they die within a couple days,
Yeah.
unless you know how to take care of them. Some people do know how to take care of them, but majority of them don't. So you let the shit die. So you just spent $100 and something on 24
I'm
roses,
dead.
and the
Yeah,
whole
that I'm
the whole
dead.
bouquet just
Yeah.
died. That made no sense.
Yeah.
Here you go, baby. I put them in a
Yeah.
vase. Put some aspirin in the water. I think that's supposed to help them out.
But most of them, you know, most of them they stink like weird because they're hybridized, so they last longer and they smell
that's
like really
true.
Yeah.
gross. Like if you've ever smelled a real rose that like literally dies in a day, but they're beautiful. They smell so good, and then when you smell those in the supermarket, you're like, ooh, they smell like wet feet and stuff. It's like kind of gross. They're always like
Yeah.
they're so expensive too. And then I feel like too when sometimes, especially if you hard up money when you get like when your significant other buys you a bunch of roses, if you've been in a long term relationship like where you're sharing finances. I know I tended to be like, well, how much did you spend on this? Like it was like took the romance. I'm like, dude, the electric bill's due. Like, we could have used it for that. Like, but
It's like this one.
I know, I'm so
Kind of
romantic.
saying, this one was saying like, I wish I could have flowers sent to your job, and I was like, on Valentine's Day, are you insane?
Wait, but not regular flowers. I was gonna give you an edible arrangement because you can eat those.
But still, they
that makes more
the
sense.
price. They jack the price like 20-30% or more just because it's being delivered on Valentine's Day.
Like I can imagine her saying, just one day, I walk in and be like, "Hey, baby, I paid the electric bill and half the rent." She gonna be like, "That is so romantic."
Get in the bed now.
Hey babe, what you get me? I paid that shit.
I paid that shit.
I paid your car insurance for a year.
Oh yeah, that's the hot
Oh, you know what
stuff
you get
right
tonight.
there.
You get in the bed now.
You know when we talk about Valentine's Day, like I guess the single guy, or so it's always weird, right? Because you see a lot of people are getting into relationships weeks before or day of, and then like the showering of the gifts or the post of it, like if you've been with somebody, I can't believe I've been with this person is so special, this person is my world, this and that, and it's like, oh, that's so sweet, right? And then comes summer, they break up. I mean, Neil, am I talking from like are we talking just gay relationship lives? I mean, just just
I mean, yeah. I think a lot of gay men are really focused on image and just the way that their lives are portrayed on social media. I'm not going to call out any names that we might know, but there are definitely people out there.
Yeah, look at Al's face.
But listen, I have a lot of gay friends as well, and that's true. They have like this very big like, I have to put this on Instagram, and I have to show this, and my hair has to be perfect when I take this selfie, and it's like, come on, guys, it's fine.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, don't ever take a picture of them when they're not like actually like paying attention or not posing.
Exactly, they're worse. They're worse than me.
It's like instant blackmail.
Especially if you're not on a date with somebody that you not, that's not your husband, or that. There's that.
Also that.
Ooh. That's a whole nother.
That's a whole
can of worms
line
right there.
I
there.
mean, just saying. But the thing is that like as like dating, going on dates and just trying to find a date, like it's difficult. There's so many because we have the apps, we have Facebook, Instagram, and in gay terms we got Grinder, Growler, W Bear. You get the apps. I'll call them just the apps.
Yeah.
There's a lot of them, and most of those apps, like there's very seldom few that are just actually willing to want to talk and get to know somebody, and everybody else just want to get a nut out, or two or three.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, the hetero dating apps aren't much better,
Nope.
but I
Yeah.
do know that like that the gay apps are even worse.
Yeah.
I do have to say one thing. I had somewhat of belief at one point. I was telling some people at work that the funny thing that I've started to realize as time went by, on Valentine's Day, I noticed a lot of people like who are in like, not like marriage or anything like that, but just regular relationships. They tend to break up on Valentine's Day.
Huh.
To get ready for the summer. Don't you understand?
But
Very
but
ready.
when but then when like Christmas and New Year's start, it's a brand new relationship, or I'm about to one of my biggest cliches is that people propose on Valentine's Day and Christmas
At
and
Disney.
New Year's. I'm all like, kiss my ass.
Listen,
You're not
at least
original.
if it was at Disney, they're getting a vacation out of it. If it's just, I'm going to take you to, like, Sizzler and pop the question on Valentine's Day.
I have the only Sizzler around is in California.
I'm gonna let you know why that is. I'll let you know why that is
All
right
We're
now.
dating ourselves. Sorry.
Longhorn. I'm going to take you
Oh
to
no, I remember
Longhorn.
Sizzler. and the ground round.
The ground round.
I waitressed at a ground round
Ponderosa.
for like 2 years.
Hey, I like Ponderosa's chicken wings, man.
Damn right. There's only two. There's only two left. Both of them are equally far.
Oh, hold up. Sorry,
Yeah.
There's
Neil.
a ground round in
Oh.
Southern Jersey?
Max
I feel
says
like
there's
there's
a ground
one in
round Southern Jersey.
I thought there was one in Robbinsville. There used to be one off 130 in Robbinsville, but I don't know if it's still there. I haven't been.
Either
I've lived in
Amazon.
Jersey all my life. I still don't know where all these fucking places are.
There used to be one in Townsville.
Amazing.
I'm sorry, Neil. I know you're from Cali, but Ponderosa was a good
Buffet chain, yeah.
buffet spot. It was
I don't think I've
amazing.
heard of that.
It's all good. It was named after the guys off of the show Bonanza.
Yep.
Oh.
Fun fact of useless information number 72.
All right.
That's right. That's right.
Dropping truth bombs.
That's
That's
right.
The man has no nickname. Next question.
Okay, so if you had to, what would be your definition of romance?
Can I go?
Go ahead.
Yeah.
It's up for anybody.
Romance. A nice candlelight dinner, or a picnic. Something that you made. A nice music outing that's not too loud, just like I would guess jazz or like folk music or just R&B, something to just set the mood. A long walk on the beach. A nice candlelight bedroom.
Is this your bio from one of your
I like-
profiles?
I'll just say,
I'm an Aquarius.
king of wishful thinking.
Then you better go west.
Do you like pina colada?
I loathe
yes.
that song.
That song is terrible.
That's
But you like
awful.
Sitting
pina
on each
coladas.
other, and then they're like,
Yeah, I
oh,
love pina
okay.
coladas and getting caught in the rain.
Yeah.
Getting caught trying to cheat on your spouse, but it's all good because they like pina coladas.
In true romance, it's just like looking at each other's eyes and like, just kissing. And then eventually it winds up into sex.
Damn.
And I'm not talking about just sex. I'm talking about that rain falling, wind blowing, and like curtains are flapping, and it's just like
What
All
you
right,
fucking in a
Amari.
typhoon?
Whoa,
I'm
what?
just saying that's
He said Uncle Phil out here shooting shots with a shotgun.
You talk about you.
I know he talking about. I know Max talking about Uncle Phil. He always calls me Uncle Phil. Oh. So that's my definition. But
That was your definition of romance, the long walk on the beach, you cliche ass.
I'm very cliche.
That's
Max,
true. He is.
Max Father said,
I'm very cliche when it comes to that. I'm very
Max Father said Roundhouse living in a Fabio romance.
hey, I'm just saying, bro. That's what I want.
Well, that sounds nice. That
Yeah.
sounds sweet. Long walks
See?
on the beach are good.
Mhm.
Yeah, until your calves start burning.
And then the waves get you right
Hey,
in the ankles, knocking your ass in the water.
What sand you walking on?
How did I get sand everywhere?
Well,
Yeah,
you know
but,
what,
Because you're
Sam?
clumsy in the
If
water?
it leads
Yeah, I
to
am.
Yeah, you are.
if it leads to fun on the beach, yeah, that sand will go in places, and you're like a week later, you're like, holy shit, there's still sand coming out of places. You know, I didn't think that it could go in those places, especially with my hair. Oh my god.
Mhm.
I used to wash my hair like 5 times, and there was still freaking sand in it. I'm
You
like,
know what they say. You know what they
It's
say.
like-
Beach once, sand forever.
Oh my god.
All right. Anybody else on that question?
I feel like, see, I have a couple of different definitions of romance. Like date romance, I adore. I'm kind of similar. I like the whole picnic idea. I really love that whole laying out under the stars, watching the stars and just talking. Like talk is huge for me. Being able to just talk about absolutely anything under the sun and just, you know, oh, respecting, oh, I didn't know that. That's cool. Or
Oh, like the first time when
Yeah.
we talked in my car for like 2 hours straight.
That was my car.
Your
but
car,
yes.
your car.
Last.
Set the record
No,
straight.
no, she's right.
Your
She's
ass
right.
didn't have a car right then and there.
Yeah.
Oh,
Hold
you
on.
want to crack jokes on me? Wow. Okay.
Hold on.
Okay.
The tea's exceptional tonight.
But
The tea was exceptional tonight, don't you think?
The
so-
tea is very exceptional.
So then, so like that's kind of fun with a date. Now, like everyday romance, I feel like it's that whole feeling of just being able to be together, like having that, being absolutely content to sit on the couch and, just experiencing life. You may be doing different things sitting on the couch, but you're still communicating together, and like he may be playing a game and I may be reading a book, or I might be playing a game and he's doing something on the on his phone or whatever, but we're still kind of existing in that moment. We're not tuned out to the other one. We're still talking. And I think one of our favorite together pastimes, though, is watching Magnum PI.
I fucking love watching that shit with her.
The original?
Is making it
Yes,
into
the
the
original.
The
vows.
original with like
Yes.
Higgins and
Uh-huh.
Yes,
Because
absolutely.
Because the funny thing is, I was
Like-
watching it by myself at one point, and she was like, "Oh, what's
Yeah.
this?" I was like, "Oh, this is Magnum PI. It's the old one." And she was like, and she sat down and just watched an episode. with me. No,
That's not. I was like, I love that show. My grandmother used to watch it all the time.
yeah.
she sat
It's
down
like-
and watched like one episode, and then she just never left. And every time the theme song comes on, she does this dance that is now put into our vows.
Oh, nice. That's
So
great.
yeah.
I wasn't going to talk about the dance.
Oh no, I'm going to talk about the dance since you wanted to talk, shit about me
You are-
and not kindness.
That's great.
Craig.
They don't They don't make them like that anymore. In the
Max said, "Do the dance."
No.
Not without the music. Do the dance. Do the dance.
If you can play the music, I will do the dance.
I can play the music.
I'll
I'll play the music for like a short time. Give
Well,
the
it's
people
only
what they
that
want.
first cadence. That's really what they need to experience.
Yes, they
We'll do it in the outro.
That's it. That's it for the outro.
Well, we can all do the dance during the outro.
I didn't get
How
the
many channel
tutorial.
points for the dance?
Yo.
I didn't get a
Oh my
tutorial. I
God.
don't know how to do the dance.
You'll see. It's very easy to catch on.
Okay, I'll take your word for it.
I don't know if
It's
this
the
is.
opening theme.
I know, but I don't know if this is gonna come out on the speakers in our headphones.
Oh.
Well, you'll figure it out at the end.
Yeah, we'll figure it out.
yeah.
Yeah.
Anybody else for that question?
Let's give it to Gummi because
Since she
She
just
has
came
one
back
now.
on, ask the question as well.
What was the question?
And introduce yourself.
What is your definition of romance?
Hello, I'm Gummy Bear. I am Mr. Redbeard's baby. And my baby.
yeah, for the record. For the record.
Wish we could zoom into Al's face right now.
We could do that in post.
Yep.
So what is your definition of romance?
Your ball?
Yeah, you.
The goofball. What is romance?
Wow.
Okay. Well, it could be different things for me. I pay attention to love language. My love language is all of them. I like communication. I like quality time. I also like to crack jokes. A lot of my favorite things to do when like I have nothing to say, but keep flirting is something really stupid, really goofy. You like jazz? just to be silly. I also like cuddles. That's giving food. Pretty much any of that. Romance to me it depends on romance is up to the person themselves.
Yeah.
That's right.
Well
See, Redbeard?
I
I
don't
know romance.
my take on romance. Romance is what you make.
Love languages are so important. Like they really are very important to watch. I totally agree with you.
Facts.
Facts, Emily.
All right.
Oh Lord.
So in a relationship,
Not to mention,
is there a reason?
so
I guess we're getting some technical difficulties.
body language.
She said
Oh,
body.
body language.
Body language.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Also
body language is a big thing.
She said body icicles, but
Because
Body icicles.
yeah, it was cutting out.
Oh, no bueno. Okay, so we'll go on to the next question.
On AOL or something?
All right, is there?
He said AOL. Oh god.
Oh my god.
Mom, I'm on the internet. Stop. Get the phone. Mom.
I'm chatting with girls.
Those are the days.
Shut that
You
shit
can
up.
tell our age.
Don't take up all the internet.
You guys are giving away our age.
No, what's the other one? Net. What's the other one? Net.
Net zero.
Net zero,
Net
yeah.
zero.
Or EarthNet?
EarthNet.
Earth,
Oh my
Earthlink,
god.
Earthlink.
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 Oh, there you go.
I
Yeah.
had that one too for a little while.
Juno.
Oh god. Okay, let's stop.
Juno.
Let's
That was
stop.
my first email address.
Let's stop
Jesus
before
Christ.
we turn like great white hairs everywhere.
I'm ancient.
body language, but
My hoodie.
So before we move on, anybody else got anybody else to answer the question?
Yeah, I'll
Yes,
answer it.
Wednesday.
Okay.
I'll answer it. It's long walks is one of them. Going on long walks. It's holding hands, even though it's freezing. You keep each other warm for as long as you can until the a gust of wind blows upon your face and you feel like your face is falling apart. And then you walk into a nice eating establishment, and you hold hands, you listen to each other, back and forth, you give your points back and forth, hear where the other one's coming from, and fall deeper and deeper into romantic feelings and such.
Nothing more than feelings.
All right. Chill out, Earl.
Did I get that right? Did I get that right?
Yeah, I mean, you pretty much. Gummy, myself, Crimson, pretty much at all the points. Like, pretty much, we have the same ideas, right?
Mhm.
Of how we think romance is. Well, just us, I would just say. I'm not sure about anybody else. But we have this idea, and I think it has to say with, like, some of us are hopeless romantics in some ways.
Yeah, I
Mhm.
say I
Yeah.
am.
Yeah,
I'd
so
say I am.
so we do have this this mindset of what romance is and how to get there. Well, what we want to do, but everybody else is different.
Yep.
All right. So since you brought that up, does anybody believe in astrological compatibility?
Like an Aquarius and a Gemini and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes and no.
Yeah.
It depends.
It
Wow.
depends.
Yeah,
It varies. It varies.
very. I would say. I mean, when it comes to like Aquarius, they say a Leo and Aquarius is good. If a Leo stops fronting,
Oh,
I'm dead.
She's another
that's a Leo
Yes.
and a half all the
Yes.
time. They always
Rob is
fronting,
another
bro.
Virgo.
yeah, they're always
Mhm.
fighting, like, just fronting.
Yeah,
and-
right now.
Oh, everybody loves a Virgo. I don't know about that.
Yeah.
I try
Later.
not to
Yeah.
love Virgos, but I still ended up with one.
Girl, get out of here.
Debatable.
Hey, I had a bad
Debatable.
experience with a Virgo.
And now you have a good one.
I do have a good one.
I'll say
Stop
everything.
it.
Everybody loves Libras. I'll
It's
say
so
everybody loves
creepy when you
Libras.
do
though.
that. You
All right, real quick.
Yeah.
We may have lost Gummy for the evening. The connection issues were just too bad.
Oh.
Damn.
Damn,
Get on
AOL.
the chat, Gummy.
Well, she's lovely.
Yeah.
I would say everybody loves Libras though. It's something about Libras. Everybody's
Is
like,
it Libras, Leos, or
oh, I forgot Neil's on the Libra. Yeah, and
Libra
man,
all day.
Libra all day.
you know what it is? I think it's the go with the flow mindset, right? And it's just this. I don't know. It's something about Libras. Like, everybody loves Libras. Like,
They love
Because
balance.
they have balance.
They
Yeah.
love
They can
balance.
be. They're never one way too far, or too far one way or the other.
Yeah,
Look at this guy cheesing right now.
and not for nothing.
Fucking no nickname. He's cheesing.
Yeah, he's cheesing. The sex is amazing with Libras. That's all. I'll leave it at that. I gotta get some more.
well, I
You're
thought
welcome.
Scorpios
on all
were the-
Libras. We
Okay,
thank
yeah.
you for giving
I,
us.
Scorpios-
I,
Scorpios
I
are
thought that was
good.
Scorpios.
were
I
like
thought
the big
Scorpios were
freaks.
oversexed.
They're
Where-
good,
where
but
their
Libras.
sex drive was.
But Libras, Libras.
Okay, well, I don't never.
Scorpios are great. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah,
Scorpios
yeah.
have that very high sex drive, just like us Aquariuses. But like, they're also aggressive.
Oh boy! I think all this
Shut up, Gemini.
astrological
Yeah, I
this
think to a point it's
astrological
bullshit.
stuff is all complete horseshit.
And here's and there's the Gemini right there. There it is.
I mean,
No,
It's
I'm the
horseshit.
Gemini.
yeah, she's the Gemini.
This is why I asked the question, because not everyone goes into
Believes
any
it.
of that stuff.
Mm.
Yeah, I don't go into all that stuff.
How does
I
your
don't.
Go ahead, Red
How
Bull.
do you think? How do you figure that your personality is just shaped by the stars and the moon on the day that you were born? It's fucking stupid.
I don't think
Your
it's
For
your
one,
bullshit.
personality and everything that you are is shaped as you grow into a person and by the experiences that you have. It's not because you were fucking born under the Gemini star or the Libra or the Aquarius, Cancer, crab hands. Fuck you.
That's one
I don't think it
opinion.
shapes the whole
Yes.
personality, but I
Crab
think
hands.
certain traits that I think certain traits do might end up enhanced more.
Pretty much.
Like, for example, I have dated 2 Virgos, and I love you, but both of them always have to be right.
Yes! Yes! Sorry.
Oh,
Doesn't
Christ
matter if they're
almighty.
wrong, but there
True.
are times.
Yeah, Max, you too.
Yeah.
And then, I know myself, I'm a Gemini.
Yeah, Gemini's gotta learn
Sometimes
to
you
make up
don't know
their
what
mind.
you're going to get with me. There are days where I'm going to end up being super sweet. And there are days where you might not get that, to be frank. And I have noticed that's the same with other Geminis. That there are certain things that might be amplified by it, not that it completely dictates what your personality is.
And Geminis also sometimes can't make up their minds.
That is also true.
If I'm gonna go
No,
astrological with it.
I think you're absolutely right. And it
He's
is
like,
the
"Oh, you
same
gonna
with,
dig on me? I'm gonna dig on you."
Word.
but look at Jess is also a Gemini. She's the day before my birthday.
Jess is a whole different story.
And she can never make up her mind. Ever.
It's a whole
Ever.
different story.
Ever.
It also depends on how you were raised as well, because that takes a part in it, because you
Yeah.
end up taking from other people's personalities, and then when people think, oh yeah, you're a Gemini or you're an Aquarius, you're supposed to be like this, but then you meet them and then they're like, you're nothing of what I think. That's because it's not a clear science.
Exactly.
You do assimilate people's attitudes
Oh,
the longer
completely.
you're around them.
Yeah.
It is true, yes.
And other people's influence on your life, whether good or bad,
Right,
will
yeah.
also, either enhance you as a person or make you bitter.
Right.
You know how many girls I've tried to talk to and they go, "What's your sign?" I'm like, "Oh, eat ass," and I just walk away.
I never asked that. I'm a Pisces, so water sign goes with everything. So it's just and it's funny because I never knew, like, I don't know the signs as well as you guys do. I only know what my kids are and what former spouses have been. And I know my oldest son's a Scorpio and has no traits, like most of the traits are not like Scorpio.
Yeah.
But I remember reading about what my sign was and the traits of it, and like checking off all the boxes. And I had I'd gotten to that point in my life without knowing what a Pisces was supposed to be, like not paying attention to any of that. So, but I never factored that into any relationship I've ever been in. Oh, you're a Scorpio, or you're this, you're that. Like, you are who is standing in front of me. So, and most of the time, it's just too much to remember anyway. So it's just like.
And when you start to make decisions based on what their astrological sign is and what your astrological sign is, that's where it just becomes like, what is your, like, you have no like real, like, you can't make decisions on your own. You're letting this stupid shit get in the way of what you think should and should not happen in your relationship, and it's ridiculous.
Yeah, and some people. Sorry, go ahead.
Now, being completely mentally and emotionally fucked up by a Virgo made me cautious, but it didn't make me base my entire outlook on dating him. Obviously not.
Because some people do. They sometimes they miss out on people that they should be with.
Right.
when they listen too much to the whole astrological thing.
But and God, my ex was like Virgo plus asshole, so I don't know how much worse you can get.
Know it all plus condescending.
I was just gonna say, so he was a Virgo.
So I would, like I said, I was cautious when I found out he was a Virgo, but we had already been friends for months even before I knew he was a Virgo. And I was like, well, all right, let's give it a chance. And I'm glad I did, because he's not an asshole. I mean, maybe to you guys sometimes.
There you go.
No, no.
There you go.
It's the absolute opposite. We are all assholes to him.
Exactly.
I think we're all assholes to each other, but anyway.
We're all assholes to each other.
Well, you're all friends. That's the reason.
But Joe's like an asshole to me a lot.
Absolutely.
He said absolutely.
Not denying.
And that's why he's a Gemini.
You and Roundhouse get it the worst.
You right.
Redbeards, when's your birthday?
June
21st.
Oh, you're on the tail end of it too.
He's 6 months, exactly 6. Sorry.
Yeah, and then you get into this. Oh, you're like half Gemini and half Cancer, and this means this and this means that. I've never listened to a single part.
I mean, it's not. I wouldn't say somebody should use it towards like your dating, but it's nice to know. That's all. I mean, there's certain people that when you read those traits, when they go into the astrological of what they are. Some of those traits you really do see coming out of people, right? Like you really do see them. And it's not something that you see like if you've been around a person a lot, but you can see it, right? There's a lot of traits between literally all 5 of us that I've seen plenty, including myself. Like I was like, damn, that's really some Aquarius shit. Or like, damn, some Capricorn shit or some Virgo shit, some Libra shit. Definitely some Gemini shit.
Gemini hater.
But it's because you're looking for that, and you're trying to attribute it. You're trying to attribute it to something where it's all just human shit. Like we all just have personalities that other people just tend to have. Why does it have to fall under astrological shit?
But what if actually these things were actually put out there way before we were ever thought or born? And
they were.
Which they were.
Yeah, they were.
Which they were. So
but people also believed in dragons back in the day.
And leprechauns and everything else.
Yeah. No, but
there weren't dragons back in
the day? Yeah, they're called alligators, and they all live in fucking Florida.
But I had this conversation with Jonesy for a little bit. Like I because of all the astrological shit, I feel that it's like low key some unintentional mass hypnosis where you feed into all these different types, and then your mind just stores it in your subconscious, and then you just keep adding it to the bullshit, and then before you know it, oh, you act this way because you're this sign or this sign, and I'm like, it's just shit that's all around, and you try to disprove it, but then just like what Roundhouse says, you see these traits, and you're like, oh shit, it's because he's a Scorpio. I'm like, no, because he's an asshole. Like,
think about it this way.
Listen,
think about the historical significance of zodiacs. Obviously, Americans are not the only people that have zodiacs.
True.
The Chinese have them. The Egyptians had them. Just to name a few. And they
only
go
the
back.
Americans had a killer.
Exactly. And they go back as far as the written word goes. So, okay, maybe it was their way of explaining why somebody was behaving a certain way because, they were born under this constellation or, during this year. So they incorporate the traits of this animal, so there's, sorry. So, I mean, I think it's kind of, what's the word I'm looking for? Presumptuous of us to feel like, okay, today okay, yeah, you may think it's bullshit, but obviously people back in ancient times thought there was some credence to it enough to write it down and pass it down.
Right, but people back then weren't as scientifically minded as we are today. Like people, there was the greatest minds in the world back then believed that there was a man who controlled lightning and would cast it down on people. So like
There's
it's
not.
just
No.
Damn
Damn it.
But if
No,
we,
no dragons,
I
no
mean,
guys
we're
shooting lightning.
even the ancient Greek philosophers who had the most scientific minds at the time still gave credence to the astrological signs.
Yeah.
Well, is
mean,
it in terms of like, 'cause, I mean, I don't know who here thinks that people go crazy when the full moon happens. So my youngest son has special needs, so I take him to OT. Let me tell you, people are like, "Oh, that's bullshit with the full moon." The days around the full moon, those kids are lunatics. I go in there, I drop them off. They're screaming. They're like the kid, like normally there's some, there's different levels of like, disabilities that some of these children have. But
Mhm.
I'll tell you, 9 times out of 10, like you walk in there, it is buzzing and crazy. And you walk out and I'm like, oh, it's the full moon.
Well, if you
You
think
know,
And
about
and
it's
it,
not
if
it's
the
even just
moon can move the level of water of the ocean,
exactly.
yup.
So
Yes,
it's
think about
exactly. I
that.
mean, but it's not a supernatural thing. Yeah, there are definitely things that we can't scientifically explain because we just haven't gotten to the point where we've discovered these certain things. But it doesn't mean that there's some kind of like mystical thing behind it. Like the moon absolutely affects things here on earth just because of its distance to our planet, and it changes our tides, it does all these things. So yeah, of course I can absolutely see it affecting like people's physiology as well.
I never believed in
Mhm.
that. When I
well,
was younger, I never believed in that. I mean, like my grandma used to be like, "My knees hurt. The moon, it's a full moon." Like, what? What are you talking
Because
about?
just think about it, we are very
made of water.
complicated, sentient water balloons.
Hmm.
So if the moon affects the tides and things like that, like you said,
It's affecting us.
of course it's going to raise tides in us, which, with whatever that entails, whether it's something that gets clicked in our brains or whatever. Even people that aren't special needs, I work in a customer service center job. And I will tell you, starting Monday, all of the people that called were extra bitchy and they were extra nasty. They had one of my fellow coworkers almost in tears today, and for no reason.
Is it?
She was being absolutely kind to them. She kept trying to help them, and they were just nasty. Our normal people, because I work in homeowners insurance,
Hmm.
our normal people are just kind of like calling and checking what the status of their claim is. But these people, and we have noticed a pattern. It's always worse during the full moon, and because she'll say like, "What's going on?" And I'll look at my calendar. Oh, full moon.
And sometimes there's things that science can't even really fathom at times, things that may happen or something like that, or may not happen, or whatever the case may be. I mean, people are going to believe what they want to believe, and then
right.
people are
I
not going to
think
believe also. It's almost like it's a really, nobody's really winning a conversation at that point.
right.
You can't really make somebody believe that something's not happening. They sometimes they either feel it or they see it, or or what not have you, and then other people, they just they look for a more logical explanation for it.
Right. And Gummy Bear, for your comment about it being psychosomatic, like I said, I have definitely noticed the patterns. It's not even, oh, well, these people aren't, it's always nasty calls, because it really isn't. And it always just gets worse around those few days between like maybe 2 days before and the day of, and then it starts to ebb off.
Right, and with the special needs kids too, it's like they don't know what that
Are we
is.
going to
Like none of them know that. Oh, full moon, I'm supposed to be crazy.
shit.
Oh no,
Hold
are
up.
we on mute?
Nobody knows.
No, we're not on mute. I don't hear Jonesy. I don't hear anyone.
I don't hear anyone either.
I hear all of you guys.
I hear everybody. I hear you,
Yeah.
Jonesy.
You guys are good.
Well,
I
anyway,
think
Turn
I
up
just
your
wanna-
hearing aid.
I just wanted to say why I brought up the moon is
They're not
because
lighting up.
Redbeard having the doubts of the zodiac. I feel like imagine that small scale moon. Now you're taking it to the universal level, whereas you're born when certain stars are in certain positions and the planets in a certain position. And I feel like those universal celestial energies are things that we don't necessarily understand. So we don't, if you're born during a certain time when energy and vibrations were a certain way, you might be, have a certain tendencies built into you just based on, are the planets aligned or this or that, so that's why I took it down to like the moon thing, because it's like if that can affect people's energy, collective energy, then I feel like the universal scale is just so much grander, where things are in the universe, because everything is tied together, like the butterfly effect, everything affects everything, not just on the earth, but like, so that's just why I brought up the moon. I didn't want to seem like I was coming out of left field with that.
Neil, what you say?
I honestly, are we talking about like astrological, like?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think I kind of compare it to like Pokemon, where I know it's not real, but it's a useful tool.
Wait, Pokemon aren't real? No, I'm sorry.
Digimon are real.
It's like people are really dedicated to the craft and the science behind it, the knowledge behind it, but what it really does is it just works as a tool to help as building descriptors for people for conversation, getting to know each other especially. And that's the benefit of it, is just that it's a tool. Great icebreakers as well.
Yeah, that's, I never heard that perspective.
Yeah. No. Okay, Neil, dropping bombs and shit. Okay.
All right. Yeah, I like that. And Roundhouse, to answer your question, yes, Digimon are real. They're NFTs.
I know.
Okay.
Blasphemy. They're real.
We're gonna go ahead and jump off the deep end for a little bit. So what would you define as great sex? I want to start with Neil, because Neil gave me a face there.
Great sex is the sex that you still think about even after years of it happening. It's the sex that surprises you, scares you, makes you wonder, what the hell was I doing? And I don't want to be seen in public doing that, but you would do it again.
That's a really good answer.
That's a very good answer.
Very good answer.
I was hoping for something more raunchy, but anyway.
Of course you would.
I would have to say my definition of great sex is the sex that I guess you could say leaves you incapacitated.
Yes.
For like 15 minutes afterward. Like, can hardly move your limbs, maybe forget who you are for like 2 seconds.
God damn.
And outer body experience.
And then like you literally have to hang on to things when you can finally run to the bathroom.
How are you? How are you in my head right now? I'm like, yes, girl. I can't move my arm.
Like, all right, true story.
Bro, okay.
Let's go. This is what we're here for.
So a couple of weeks ago.
Oh boy.
Stop hiding. You should be proud.
I know.
Let me get my tea ready. Hold up.
The TMI department over here.
I literally could not move my foot off of his shoulder.
He gave you arthritis? That's what's up.
5 minutes. And T responds, and we're laughing because I cannot move my limbs. And I'm trying to get water, and I like spill it on myself because I have no motor function left.
Wait,
And
your foot
to
was
which
on
you
your
replied,
shoulder?
once you go black, you need a wheelchair.
Yes, bitch. Yes. Tell it like it is. Tell it like it is.
Let me ask you this. Does he provide the wheelchair?
You limping. Go ahead, girl. Tell him you limping. Or barely walking. Shit.
Oh no, it was at least 5 minutes before I could get my foot off his shoulder. It was another 10 or 15 before I could walk.
I had to try to like roll her so she could put her feet planted on the floor.
It's true.
Bravo.
All right.
Thank you.
Bravo.
Thank you.
So it is official.
Alice DeWall.
Echo has arthritis dick. That's
What the?
Echo gives arthritis dick.
He give you the shit that'll lock you up.
He's not the only one. He is not the only one.
Hey.
Not the only one. I'm like, oh, my hips are dislocated.
I
was
knew that's
doing
why
it
your
while my
hips are dislocated.
I don't know what my name is. I can't move my arms, and I don't know what's happening. Yes, it's the
So
one
you
that
telling
leaves
me
you.
Sir Wednesday out here paralyzing you?
Almost, yes.
Should call him Sir Hump Day.
Yes.
That's what
And
it
I
is.
didn't realize my voice could reach such octaves.
Yep.
Let's go.
So anyway.
Fist pump, Sir Wednesday.
So, yes.
Oh.
It does leave the sex that leaves you limping. You're limping to the bathroom.
And you
like,
feel it for 2 days after.
yes, you do. You're like, what's going on? Oh, yeah.
Oh, right.
Oh,
Right.
yeah.
My hip was near my shoulder. Yeah.
You get a random text when I get a random text at work saying, hun, I still feel what happened 2 nights ago. I'm all like, what the fuck?
God damn.
Those are the best calls or texts that you get throughout the day.
And you feel proud of yourself for the rest of the
Yeah,
day.
you're like, yeah.
Yeah.
That's romance for men right there. We love that shit. Send me that text. Yeah, baby, you fucked my shit up. I still feel it after 2 days.
You know the video today was a good day.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And he's like,
Yeah.
I put her ass to sleep. I'm like, that's me on the bed. She fell right out. And I'm like, yep, put her ass to sleep.
If she didn't go to sleep, what did you even do?
Exactly.
Lord Jesus.
You gotta look at the camera and give that shit an action movie thumbs up. Like,
Get into bed. You be like, hey, baby, how you feel?
It's like,
Shit, man. Oh my God. Y'all. Okay. So y'all like. Woo. Next.
Okay, so with that being said, have you ever faked an orgasm?
Well, hold up. I didn't even answer that question.
Do you want to answer that question,
yeah.
sir?
Yeah, I'll answer it.
Go ahead.
And ask the question again because I got caught up in the
Are
paralyzing.
you?
What's your definition of great sex?
Oh, great sex.
walks on the beach. You know?
Oh,
Punching a motherfucker in the chest.
no, it don't have to be no
with the
walk on the beach. It don't have to be no walk on the beach. This can be
Punch a
anywhere.
Just
I'm adventurous and an exhibitionist. It can be anywhere. Fuck all that. Great sex is for me is like I can go, get done, and go again. And
Stop
again.
the cap.
And again.
Stop the cap.
And again.
Mm.
Coming multiple times and multiple loads. Yeah.
All right.
Shut up. Mind
What
your
was the next question?
No.
So, the next question was, have you ever faked an orgasm?
Yes.
Yeah, you know what? That's fucked up. As a man speaking, I actually have.
So have I.
So have I.
Not gonna lie.
When they can't see it,
It's
they
been a
don't
long
know.
time since I've had to fake
Wait,
one.
wait, Neil, what did you just say?
When they can't see it, they don't know.
Oh, I like him.
Neil's like, who's to say?
Neil's all like, "Who the master? Not you."
I'm not claiming any titles, just saying.
Mhm.
Oh my.
Yeah, it's been a while. It's been a long time, thankfully.
I mean,
But unfortunately, yes. And sometimes quite a few times.
I think almost everybody has probably here.
Yeah.
So even Jonesy say yeah.
That's
I mean,
horrible.
Maybe he's.
Cedric's thinking like he's like,
All
did I?
right.
I didn't say specifically with whom. So
No. I didn't say who. I just said everybody
He's
here is
he's
probably
got to
a
think.
Yes.
That's a
Now for the
one-shot thing.
women.
Like, yeah, you did it, bro. You had to do it.
Now
yeah, I
for the
mean,
women, did you do it just to save their ego, or like for us men, speaking personally, I only ever did it just so, they don't feel bad. But like,
fuck that.
yeah,
Yeah, I've done it before for that, and then when marriages went south and you're kind of with the person, it's just let's get it over with.
Just get it. Yeah, let's get it over
Like
with.
if that brings them to the finish, then yeah, I'm all about be done. with
Yeah,
it.
I've done it just so
Listen,
it
if
can be
my
over.
Yeah.
listen, if my phone is more interesting than what this person is,
Ooh.
yeah, I'm
Yeah, but also to kind of make someone not feel bad about themselves about
nah, not feel bad, but it's not to feel bad, but level up. I'm just saying.
Yeah, well, you know what? Sometimes, I mean, sometimes you're just not in right headspace, or you start something and you're like, "Ooh, this isn't happening," but you don't want to get someone keyed up and then just be like, "Oh, I'm over it. I'm done. The moment's gone." Like, you don't want to. Like me personally, I don't like to do that. It's like if I've
Yeah.
gotten you excited and we're in the moment, and then all of a sudden I'm just like, "Well, that's not happening for me," which has happened sometimes. It's just I want to at least let them finish what started, especially if I was part of the initiation, of it. But so then I've done it for that reason, but
I don't know. For gay men, it's kind of different, right? Like we can fake it and just be like, well, let's go on the app and find somebody that can make us finish, right? So, and then sometimes it's just like you just don't know what the fuck you're doing. You just uneducated, unskilled, and it's like, okay, this is boring. My phone is more interesting than you. I need to go. And then you don't find that out until you actually show up to somebody's place, and it's just like they don't know how to kiss. They don't know how to like. It's just bad, And then
you've had these experiences as both top and bottom.
yeah, like yeah, it's just.
I even like the way you're like,
damn, nigga, like, all right, calm down.
all right. So I'm a little ignorant with that. How are you hiding the fact that you haven't? Like, I get there's a, if there's a condom involved, but like, how are you? Like, I would feel like for a man, it would be a little bit harder to hide the fact that nothing happened for real. No, okay. I don't know.
I had that
but
same
I think-
speculation too when I was like, "Yo, how can guys fake it?" But then I did it, and I was like, "That makes perfect sense."
Okay.
And I
Right,
mean,
Lean.
especially
I guess,
What makes perfect sense? How did she? Because I think in my case, I just think they didn't really even like think about it too much. I think they just wanted it to be over as well. Because like I don't know, dude. The ones that like I have stamina, but the ones that I've had to fake it with were like girls who just were like who were like just not getting to the point where they needed to be, and I was just like, all right, let's just end this fucking P90X goddamn fucking workout because I'm about to die, bitch.
Neil. Off week.
I guess no, but there have been times when I've just been so like taken out of the mood because my partner like didn't know how to stop when they just weren't really feeling it and they weren't being honest about it. Like just it's okay to stop. If you're
Yeah.
trying so hard for so long, take a break or just, try it later. That would always bum me out, Just be honest, look, I can't do it right now or I'm not feeling it. But I also learned that partner didn't physically know how to like masturbate because they didn't learn until they were like 23 because they grew up really religious. So it's like a whole other thing.
No,
It wasn't me.
can of worms there.
It's especially more of a thing when you have a partner that you don't communicate with, or you just like with someone that's like, she's just a means to an end. Let me just get this over and done with.
But even that's boring. I'm just like, fuck it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you're supposed to get all that done when you're younger.
Some people,
You're
some
right.
people don't know
Yeah,
boundaries.
not in the gay community, bro.
Well, it's not
Alright.
just but anyway.
so in that same vein, I must tell you the story of disinterested blowjob guy.
Ooh.
Uh-oh.
So some of you may have heard this story before on the episode that never made it to air.
The lost episode.
The
The
lost
lost episode.
So one of my ex-partners and I used to swing. And there used to be a sex club in Brooklyn. And we went and met another couple there one night. And we're all sitting at the table because it was BYOB and we're all having some drinks, kind of loosening up, whatever. And I look over to the side and one of the rooms just had like benches along the walls. And here's this guy in a blue, like nylon tracksuit, like the shiny, right out of the 90s kind of tracksuit, right? Meanwhile, it's like 2008 or something like that.
Uncle Cletus.
Yeah. And he's sitting there. Here, hold that.
Hold it.
He's sitting there like this, right? Just looking as bored as you could be. And every so often he'd look down, he'd roll his eyes, and he'd just like be absolutely disinterested. So we named him Disinterested Blowjob Guy because we kept seeing him there. And it was always the same thing. So I feel like it was less the girls not enjoying it and him just being there to get his dick sucked.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait, what?
Yeah. We have those in gay clubs too.
Yeah.
It just
But yeah, disinterested blowjob guy was
I mean, I've had those. Sometimes the technique just isn't there, and you're like, and you don't want to say nothing. You're just like,
He
all right,
right.
go ahead, dude.
Yeah, but I mean,
all
you
that.
saw this guy at least 5 times. They can't all have been that bad.
Or maybe he's just fucking bored.
That's what I'm
It's a
saying.
game.
Maybe he's just bored.
But there's a name though.
But I don't know.
I mean, if there's a place where you can go and get your dick sucked, I mean, and sometimes it's not all that great. I mean, I would go. Shit, I would go every goddamn week too. I would be fucking disinterested, goddamn blowjob guy, just like.
Here's the though, would you pay $100 cover just to
Oh, you
get
gotta
a
pay for
bed
that?
Yeah,
blowjob?
oh, bro, what are you
What
thought
you
it's
thought it was
free?
free?
Yeah, like you have to
Yeah,
pay.
man.
That's
No,
why he was
no. Like
annoyed.
this was
Yeah,
one
exactly.
of those. This was one of those clubs where you had to pay a membership fee
Yes.
to get in.
Yep.
Couples were like, I think couples were like $40. Single girls were like 30,
25.
and single
Gummy just said
guys
it.
had to
Can you read
pay
what she
like.
said?
See
Gummy
what
said
Gummy
it's the
said?
same thing for guys who
So
can't properly
and
suck
then
with the
single
juice bag.
guys had to pay like $100 to get in each time you went.
Oh, wow.
I like how she called it the juice box.
Probably suck on the juice box. Right? Oh, no.
Is this like a Capri Sun,
I-
or are we
I
talking
would
like
not-
a carton? Like,
Is it a Capri Sun?
Word.
That's what Sean just said.
Is it a sunny kiss?
is it a Go-Gurt?
Hey man, different girls. Look, some girls it is a Capri Sun, some girls it is a Go-Gurt.
That's true. That is a story.
It depends on pH levels.
Oh, damn. I said what I said.
Got it.
Oh shit!
I think Echo and Crimson are frozen.
They're pros, yeah.
I think they gotta
They're
let it
time
go.
traveling right now.
Yeah. Oh,
All right. So in that case,
Gummy, do you like jazz?
Full spot.
Shout outs to Gummy.
Yes, Neil, bring out the fan. Yeah.
all right.
it's like,
So
let me
so
do
in
my
that
fan.
case, for my man's with the sad blowjobs, what would be an absolute turnoff?
Ugly feet.
Okay, Eddie Murphy from Boomerang.
I'm sorry.
No, it is. That's yeah. And
I mean,
and if you when you're in that vicinity and it's not smelling so fresh.
And long toenails, bad breath.
Yeah, you want cleanliness and
Yep.
somebody that.
Yeah.
But also, it's a turn off too is when when your partner doesn't learn you. Like, I mean, I've
Yeah.
experienced this in my last marriage. It's like, how many times do you have to have sex before you figure out I don't like that? Because I always tell you, like, can we, it's like, I believe in communication, and it's the key. And you can't just, with most guys, you can't just moan a certain way. And they're like, oh, well, you don't like that, it's like, you'd be like, oh, don't, you have to kind of tell them. But, and then when they don't pick it up and they, they don't do the things you like and you have to keep, it's like, dude, I don't have to tell you what to do every single freaking time. It's like, I got to tell you again, like, do this or do that, or I don't like, and it's just that, that'll get you out of the mood real quick. And it's like, come on, learn me, dude. Like, like,
Yep.
Mhm.
I mean, it's like, it shouldn't be imprinted in your, it's like, I don't know. That for me is like,
Yeah, man, that is something I definitely have noticed. Is like us as men, we don't mind having a complete rookie come in, and then we get to teach them. But I found it's the complete opposite when it comes to women. Like women, if you got yourself a nice little young buck and he can't fuck, girls are like, oh boy.
It's true. It's true.
I mean, same thing. When when it comes to gay men, we kind of, I don't know, Neil. I don't know. Like, do we kind of like have this approach where we start coaching, right? Like, you have to do this.
little to the left, little to the right.
Yeah, no, in a way where it's like, and because those things start breaking down into like the fetish relationships, pup, sir, and all that stuff. And then so there is a level to it, right? I mean, even when it comes to talk about fetish stuff like that, I'm just not talking about just gay men, but women as well. When when you get into the fetish relationship, there's a coaching aspect to it of how to do certain things and and be better in bed and stuff like that. I mean, there is a coaching thing, but my thing is just like sometimes when you have somebody that's really new and rookie, like really young, you gonna have to show somebody how to do something.
Now, I would imagine, right, if you are a complete like top
Right.
or like a dominant personality, then coaching and teaching is not all that bad for you. But if you're someone who likes to switch it up and be a bottom sometimes, then when they don't know what they're doing, that's more frustrating.
Uh, uh,
I can
both.
see that.
Well, here's the thing. Everyone is different. So yeah, you may have some tricks and tips up your sleeve, but if I'm gonna touch a woman and she's not liking what I'm doing at that specific time, it's okay to coach. You should be able to coach anybody to, hey, touch me this way, hey, touch me that way.
Yeah.
Because
I really like it if you do this.
exactly.
Yeah,
Because if I'm grabbing your legs, you know what I'm saying, my face is in between your thighs, you're like, don't grab my thigh like that. Hold me by the knee. Okay, that's even better because now she's
Right.
comfortable.
Now,
You
if
know,
you
it's
go,
weird
Right.
shit, but everyone is different. I can grab you from your freaking waist, but then you don't like being grabbed from your waist. You like being grabbed from your hips or lower than that. Okay, I'll do that.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
It was just the knee that threw me. That's why I laughed.
It's got to be.
Grab me by
It
the
doesn't.
throat,
Yo,
grab
some
me
And there's
people
by
like
the
their knees to be
knee.
touched.
The thing is too is like we don't know other people's past, right?
Oh yeah, definitely.
So there's
Yeah.
always some psychological. There's some psychological
Start out.
Baggage.
baggage that somebody may have, right? So they, you know, being touched a certain way, or like, you know, tell them like, don't touch me this way, or you know, those things you have to coach somebody, because if you're really digging this person really doesn't, or is discovering you, right? To the point about it, whether you're a rookie or advanced or whatnot, person has to discover you, and you have to coach them. You have to coach them how to discover you
Mhm.
in every facet of that. You know, we just can't go willy nilly and just like, oh, okay, do what you want. I mean, some people do that, which is fine, but there's a discovery point. You know, you have to really have experience and tell them, hey, you know, touch me here, touch me that, you know, and then let them explore too. There's an explore portion of it. They have to know how to explore within the discovery part, but that's all up to you and the person itself.
Gummy brings up some good points in saying that like ego can get in the way of things like that.
Mhm.
True. That's true.
If you let ego get in the way of that, you're a child.
Yeah.
But there's also ways that you can do it that's not like, hey, don't touch me there. I mean, it could be the simple
Right,
act
yeah,
of
yeah.
like taking their hand and guiding them where you want their hand to go.
Yeah.
True.
Or
Yeah.
afterwards
I
having
agree.
like sexy talk, like, hey, I like this, I like that, and like make it into like, you know, kind of, you know, like a little turn on session, you know, like, what do you like? What do you want to try? Like, you know, there's ways to have open discussions about things where you're like, don't touch me like that, you know, and like you gotta stop and you're
But
like,
that's
oh
the
my
thing.
god.
Sometimes Gummy is right though. Sometimes even doing it in a gentle way, like there have been guys who get insulted by that you don't
Yeah.
think they're God's gift to sex because whatever they're doing isn't exactly what you want them to do. And in my experience, that's the last time I've had sex with them. But you know, but there are guys out there, and it's just like, so that's usually when the faking the orgasm comes in, so that they
Yes.
stop.
Can we be finished? Yeah.
The other thing I hate is one trick ponies.
Woo! Preach, girl.
So like
Vanilla.
not
Missionary.
even just vanilla. Like it can be kinky, but it's like their specialty.
Right.
So that's all they'll do.
Mhm.
And
Which gets boring.
it gets right. So, and I don't mind doing the same things, but in like different ways.
He's like, I got
Mhm.
a tongue like a lizard. Yeah, but your dick is limp. Fuck out of here.
Damn. Damn.
Like,
That's
You know,
very
and-
specific.
That's
you know, like people might even call it like being in a rut. It's the same exact thing over and over and over again.
Yeah.
You know, you can do the same techniques, but even if you just approach them differently from time to time, that's fine. But then you get those people where it's like, okay, I'm gonna like lick your pussy for 5 minutes, and then I'm gonna play with your boobs, and then you're
and
then
make an itinerary out of it.
right. But and like you could almost like set your clock by it.
Here's my list. It's 5 minutes of this. You're gonna give me this to 10.
And
I
then
might want you to tickle my butt, but don't go in there.
And then it's even worse when what they're like doing isn't what they're actually good at.
Yeah. I'll tell you right now, there are plenty of straight men or DL, some of those guys, who do not who have this fixation like don't play with their butt, right? And their butt is so sacred, right? It's so sacred. Even when women want to play with a man's butt, it's like, oh, don't touch my butt. I'm not gay. It's like,
well, it could also be a hygiene issue for them, right?
Yeah,
True.
some people are like, but you shower beforehand,
right?
Right.
Shower. You gotta clean out. There's a process.
Yeah,
but the thing is that when certain men don't like their butt being played, right? And the automatic thought is they, even if it's a woman doing it, it goes into this hyper masculine thing, and it's like you either don't. It's like you think you're another sex because you don't like your butt being played. That's not the case. Maybe you just need to try something else. Some of them do. Some of the DL men do it, even though they don't want the women to do it. Which is
that reminds me of this meme.
Yeah,
where
but
like, we're gonna be gay today. It's like, but I don't want to be. We're gonna be gay today.
I mean, look,
but you can't force that on people either. Like just because it's a man doesn't mean that consent isn't a thing with them as well.
Oh, definitely.
So.
Oh, of course.
Definitely.
You can't.
And that goes for anything.
That goes for anybody.
Yeah.
Nobody's forcing that. Like nobody's forcing that into you. It's just that it's consent. If you want to, consent is everything.
Stop playing on words.
Exactly.
Consent is everything. But if you want to like try it, maybe try it with a girl that you really like. And
Gummi just called them all wimps.
Well,
go ahead. You know what, Gummi? Go ahead, girl. I'm gonna give you a 5.
You just
I like it.
There's like gentle ways of approaching it. I mean, if you like, I've actually, played with someone back there, not penetrate, because once you penetrate with a guy who's like hung up like that, and like, and if they're not ready for it too, you can't be just sticking your fingers up there and shit. But like, but there's ways you can like stimulate it without, like in a very, and that might, kind of, pique interest, like, oh, that felt good. That's not, and then maybe you just ease into it, but nobody's gonna like shove in your thumb and pull out a plum. Like it's like
Neil, what you gotta say?
Wow.
What was the question?
Biggest turnoff, wasn't it?
Oh yeah, that's where we started, right?
Yeah.
I think it's just hygiene in general. I mean, I can go in so many directions with it, but I think hygiene encapsulates it pretty well because, like for me, when I see dirty fingernails, it's a sign. It's a sign that there's something else going on.
Ooh.
Yeah, that's not dirty fingernails are not going anywhere near those bits because bacteria and ick.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm sorry, Neil. Go ahead.
Yeah. And if sometimes like a lot of us, especially gay men, really like have a thing for body odor, but there can be that day where you've kind of you've gone beyond your peak and it's no longer sexy,
Mm-hmm.
and that can be a problem. So that could be a really big turnoff for sure.
Yeah, BL is very big.
Yeah.
That's why they sell those wipes now. All
Mhm.
those
But
ball
sometimes the wipes
wash
don't
and the
do it.
wipes.
Yeah,
and,
sometimes the wipes don't do it though.
I'll tell you right now.
You
I'll
got
tell you right
powder it
now.
up first.
There are men who have a fetish about that too,
Well, smell. Yeah,
and some women that have a
everybody's got
fetish about it
kink.
too.
Yeah,
There's a
everybody's
fetish
got
for
a kink like
everything,
that.
man.
Yeah.
Right.
I mean,
Like-
it's. I was with a guy like years ago who always wanted me like ass to mouth, like, and you know, and I did it with him, but that's where I learned about cleanliness, you know, how to prep yourself. But the first time it was like a surprise, and then I was just like, oh, that's kind of disgusting. Like, but I mean, I was kind of new to that type of, you know, I had just been freshly single, but yeah, it was like kinky dirt, and then he would kiss me, you know, after, like, and
So I'm curious, whose butt?
Literally pulled a Rosario Dawson.
what?
Whose butt?
No,
whose
that's
mouth?
different.
Was
That's ass to
was
mouth.
it your butt to his mouth, or was it the other way around?
Like, what the fuck?
I don't think
It
she's
was
talking about
anal sex.
him eating her ass.
No, it
Oh,
was.
okay.
But no, but I've had that. I've been with someone who had like that done too. You know, like that kind of thing. But no, it was anal sex followed by oral sex
So
Yeah.
ass to mouth.
from him.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
from my
That's
ass
what
to my mouth, and that
That's
was
what
yeah.
that's
And
what
I
she
wasn't.
said.
I
Nobody.
was very
That's what she
inexperienced.
said.
But I came from a deeply religious background, so the first man I was with, I married, and then when I got divorced, like I was in a religion where they literally said deaden your body members, like you can't even think about don't masturbate. If you have a sexual thought, deaden it. Like that was the exact words. So they, you know, like
Sounds like
when you come from
Mormonism.
a place where you don't, no, it wasn't Mormon, Jehovah's Witness, and so when you come
Oh,
from
yeah.
a place. So when you come from a place of that, and then the first person you're with sexually is who you marry, and then, you know, I got divorced. So I was in this discovery phase later in life, you know, and this one guy I was with, he was into like kinky dominant stuff like that. So he just did it. And I was just like, okay. And then afterwards I was just like, okay, like, oh, and I'm like, ooh. So then I knew, but I knew when I went over there, like what to do, like how our Roundhouse said before, you know, prep work, you know, there's got to be some prep work, you know, and after that, you know, it was, you know, we didn't, it's like not every time, but, you know, it was enough for me to know that, you know, once I got out of that, it wasn't even a relationship. It was a booty call. But you know, once I got out of that situation, I'm like, I'm probably not gonna do that ever again. Like that's like, you know, but like some, yeah.
She went from deep religion to ATM. Jonesy is a fucking Jonesy.
Hey, that's a
Jonesy
deep
is
religion
a-
too now, you know.
She's a fucking soldier.
Like that kind of shit happens though for people that are raised so strictly. They end up being some of the kinkiest motherfuckers out there.
Or pups.
Guilty as charged.
No, me too.
Yeah,
I was raised Catholic.
Yeah,
I went to Catholic school and I have done some, you know, I used to be quite the kinky girl.
Yeah, well, swinging is
right.
Yeah.
Used to be a rip Echo Ninja.
He's only gotten a taste.
Shit.
Well, yeah, she said she used to be a swinger. Shit, goddamn.
Yeah.
All right. So, I mean, with that being said, since we've already been talking about it, do you have any sexual fetishes?
Hey,
nobody's
let's not all go at once, guys.
What do you consider?
Everybody's
like,
camera just froze.
I
what
wanted
do
to
you
have somebody
consider
else to go.
a fantasy versus a fetish? Is a fetish something that you have? Like I always thought fetish was like, all right, well, if you guys into feet, like you gotta touch the feet or you can't get off. Versus like a fan. I mean, I have fantasies and not like are we determining a fetish is like?
So a fetish is a sexual desire. Mm-hmm. You don't necessarily need it to be able to get off. That's an extreme fetish.
Some people do.
But it's something that you would actually do, or something that really actually does do it for you.
Mhm.
Whereas a fantasy is something like, for example, okay, I have a fantasy. This is a hypothetical. I have a fantasy of being railed against a plate glass window in a high rise where everybody can see me.
Take notes, Echo.
That
Sorry,
kind of thing.
you're not allowed to
I
be
feel
here.
like falls
Almost
more under a fantasy, unless
Right.
somebody actually has that as their fetish and they've
Right.
actually done that and would go through with that.
Right.
So you're right. A foot fetish is a foot fetish. It's people get off and get excited by feet. I like a good dose of BDSM every so often. So
Where's your gimp suit, Echo?
that is something
It's not a
that
gimp
scares
suit.
the shit out of me, and if it would ever come into this house, it would get burned.
Are you a dom or a sub?
Wait, what? I didn't hear the word.
You asked where your gimp suit was, and I said it
Wow.
was.
It's not even called a gimp suit. It's called a leather outfit.
You can switch? Because
I can switch, but I am mainly submissive.
Yeah, that's me too.
Which is really funny. And we were actually just talking about this the other day, that if you see me in my day-to-day life, I'm very dominant. I am like, no nonsense. This is what needs to be done. I'm going to do this to make it happen.
I got that vibe from you, so I would have figured you'd be more on the dominant side.
But the fact that I give my power up to my partner is the ultimate sexual dominance.
Yeah.
Yep.
Right.
Yeah.
There's also something about wanting to be like not be in charge,
Correct.
like when you're in charge so much, I've been, a mother, or I've been a wife, and, and then a boss at work, and everybody's just expecting you to direct everything, where you're just, where you can like completely, and it's obviously in an absolute trusting environment where you can just completely be like, yeah, choke me out, dude. Like, and it's like,
seriously,
make me do what you want. Like,
Right.
like that kind of thing. It's that relinquishing of power that gives you power, to relinquish it. But it also is just, it's,
Yeah, baby, dislocate these hips.
Maybe it's one of those nights. Get the walker.
In the car park.
Oh shit! Oh, good. You know what, man? I was like, answer the question. I'm like, you answer the question.
I don't have any like.
No
Really?
fetishes or fantasy. No,
No.
no fetishes.
No, I don't.
That's something new. Okay, wow.
You guys already know mine.
Yeah, breaking hips. Anyway,
Girls with glasses.
You know it.
the blushing. It's red in here. Speaking of red, go ahead, Redbeard.
Man, listen, because I think a fetish is something that's not necessary to get off. Because if it's necessary to get off, then it's a preference.
Yep.
So a fetish, man, there's a lot. I'm a dirty motherfucker. I don't want to say.
Say it, bro.
Well, we already heard before.
No. We all gonna do it.
You want to go sit on the bench like this and have
I know, word up.
dick every day, like
He wants to be disinterested blowjob
yeah,
guy.
he wants to be disinterested blowjob.
All right, say one.
Change your nickname.
You got. I mean, say one. That's not so.
Yeah, give us one.
Yeah.
Or two or three.
Here comes motherfucking list nigga. Hey, I need you to tell me one thing. Well, damn it, I'll tell you 5 things, and then
choose.
Damn, man, shit.
He's like the Lay's potato chips of TMI. I fucking love this guy.
All right, here we go.
But you can't have just
us
one.
Give us 3 lies and a truth.
I don't know how to play that.
He's gonna give you all the truth.
That's a lie right there.
That's a lie Rain Man.
You're like
Okay.
you're piquing curiosity. Like,
Yeah, I know, right?
yeah, like what, like you don't even have like something mild. It's all so,
See, this is how he
All right, let me
stays
see.
mysterious.
it's all
Mm-mm.
so devious. Because I'm curious. Give me some ideas.
All right. Let me go. Let me go. What was it? 3 truths and a lie?
Yeah.
Or two
All right.
truths and a lie.
2 truths and a lie. All right. Hairy girls, chubby girls, and midgets.
You're not
I
allowed to
know
say
Ricky is a
Midgets-
fucking
little-
lie.
Midgets is the lie.
little people.
Because she's
little
afraid
people.
of it.
I can just know you look. Whose man is this?
Hey yo, whose man's is this?
Well, those aren't bad at all.
Oh, shit,
Yeah,
that's
like
funny.
why? Yeah,
Seriously.
Hairy women? Word? I mean,
Harry, how? Like full on,
Like,
like
word.
Adam and Eve books
Like
and
Harry
stuff?
how?
like
like
down
that-
there or just
Like
like
Harry and the Hendersons, Harry?
Like
like-
70s bush.
like
Damn,
that-
nigga, you can find a.
like
If I can
Like-
find a
Damn, you're
Harry and the
70s.
Hendersons,
like
Shit.
she's wearing a merkin or something.
God damn.
A Wookiee,
Damn.
some bitch? What the
I love that word.
Want a Wookiee?
Merkin.
They found out Red Beard want a Wookiee.
how do you even distinguish between a male and a female Wookiee, man? That's too much hair. That's too much. That's too much. I didn't get off watching the Christmas special.
Neither did none of us did.
Yeah. Nah, I mean like a girl who's hairy, like I don't mind like if she has hair under her armpits. So
Okay.
if her fucking legs are a little hairy, it's actually a little, that's kind of sexy to me too.
It's like Lilith Fair, Lilith Fair Harry, back with Paula Cole and
Paula Cole, I don't want to wait.
they didn't save their. You know,
Tori
Julia-
Amos, yeah.
Julia Roberts stopped wearing deodorant, and you know, and,
Yeah.
yeah.
All right. Neil, you want to go?
Fetishes?
Yeah.
Honestly, like, because of one partner in the past having a really amazing, beautiful, perfect feet, that kind of became a thing.
Okay.
But it has to be, they have to be like beautiful. You know?
Mhm.
No
Well
one.
kept.
Like foot model feet.
Foot model feet. Mm-hmm.
So no MMA.
No calluses.
So no MMA kick a fool in the face type feet. He's like, damn.
Yeah.
So I
No
watched the
tracker
fight
on the
last.
feet.
Well,
Man, I watched that fat
I bet they could be MMA feet if they're well pedicured and non-callous. Like that guy
Yeah.
gets hit in the face and is like, "Wow, it's so soft."
So I didn't want to say nothing because I was passing out, but that motherfucker got some beautiful feet.
It's like
Did I get a hint of clear coat on those nails?
You see a foot go near his face, and he goes like this.
Oh God, that's so bad.
It's a good fighting
Give it them
tactic.
feet.
It really throws them off. It really
Yeah.
throws them off.
Yeah.
Look at these,
really
look at
does.
these feet, baby. They get taken care of by the finest Koreans.
You ain't lying. You ain't lying. You ain't lying.
So nice feet. Anything else?
I can't think of. I mean, it just depends on the person.
Hmm.
There could be many things. I do like fur. Like fur is kind of fun.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Like a coat or
Fur coat. I want them to wear the finest of furs
Wookiee.
walking down Central Park West.
He's talking about the Tom Selleck sweater.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, a little bit of Tom Selleck sweater would be great. Yeah, why not? I actually like it when the hair goes over the shoulders and around the back. I know it's not very popular, but
That's a vest at that point.
Sweater vest.
That's a sweater vest.
keeps them warm.
go ahead, Roundhouse. Give us your motherfucking list.
Give us 15.
25.
I'm kind of like
Jump
Neil. I'm kind of like Neil. I like hairy men. I like.
That's a.
It's a fetish though. I like that. I
Common
like
gay
you know.
fetish.
But you don't need it then.
No, I mean it. Does, I don't need it to get off. I mean, but it's nice to look at. Fetish for me would be I
Australian
like
man.
somebody that can be. I like somebody that can be dominant too. You know, not just be like because I'm usually more top and
Mhm.
more dominant. So if somebody can be more dominant than me, cool. I mean, I'll submit, but you know, you better come with it because this ain't no fucking $1 pony ride.
So you're
So
gonna throw him around, but if he could throw you around even more, then you'll take it.
Then it
yeah,
becomes a mechanical bull.
yeah, treat me like Tina Turner and Love Got to Do with it.
No,
Eat
hey,
the cake,
so
anime. Eat the cake.
I'll eat the cake anime.
Shove that cake in his house face.
I can just imagine knocking on his door like, "What happened to your face?" I ate the cake. Your birthday was 2 months ago. I know.
I know your
I
fetish.
was gonna be get thrown around.
More like spread eagle. Ah! No, I mean,
Roundhouse,
definitely.
you like Australian men that are into dirty Timberlands, right?
Hey Al, does this guy do anything for you?
Can't see that.
I know.
Can't even see it.
I'll throw it. I'll lower
You
it.
suck.
Yes, Australians do have a thing for black men. So
What
yeah.
about British guys?
Certain one, certain
Like the
one.
ones you punch in the chest?
I mean, yeah.
But-
I mean that. Yeah, that
But
Chris, I threw it in the chat. Can you put that up for me?
what about Italian man with giant construction hands?
Neil likes that.
Yeah, Neil likes it. He's like, they can do a lot with those hands.
yes, yes.
They can construct
And they
my
and they
body.
and they go save the Mushroom Kingdom, but don't help me move a couch, right?
Exactly.
So yeah,
He's right. He didn't help one lick.
not yet. He didn't lick yet. I have a thing, you know. I like, you know. Yeah, that's a fetish. I like those guys and big muscle black guys.
What about certain acts? Are there any acts that you?
No, I just honestly for me it would just be somebody that can be that I could actually be a sub and a dom with. Honestly, I do get into the pup community. I like that too. I like being a sir to some pups.
Can you explain that?
A sir? You mean?
What is a sir pup thing? And then there's people who don't know.
So a pup sir relationship is somebody that is I would say dominant, more dominant in the relationship, and the person is very subversive, but they're in a pup mask, right? Like or not even a mask, just being a pup, just being very
Like a
obedient.
puppy play.
Yeah.
Like a collar, like a
Oh yeah, definitely collar.
like
Yeah.
a daddy kind of.
Yep.
Yeah.
I like being called daddy too. Yep.
Let me find out you're a goddamn furry, nigga. I'll smack this shit out you.
That's two different. That's two different things. That's two different things. There's the furries and then there's pup. There's two different things. Some pups can be furries, but furries is more like cosplay.
Al, that's your boy right there. From down under.
Rocco. Everyone loved Rocco.
Spunky!
Hey.
Yeah. Yeah.
Thank you for that, my friend. Thank you. You are a gentleman and a scholar.
But yeah, I do like I like the pup fetish. I like that. I like some older men who can be dominant or be submissive. That's for me. I like that.
A lot of role playing in the gay community, and you know, pups. You know, you can go to different extremes. I've lived in San Francisco for a few years, and during Folsom Street Fair, they would have a congregation of pups hanging out in an actual playpen made for adult versions of pups, and they would
Mhm.
have a tail attached to them, inserted in the back, and all this leather gear, including a mask that would probably cover most of their face, and there would be like a like a kennel. We can kind of lock them up.
Mm-hmm.
A whole thing,
Mhm.
toys, all of it.
Yep. I like toys. So, yep.
Do you guys have ponies in pony play in the gay community, or is that mostly a hetero bi thing?
I don't think that's a gay thing as much.
Not so much a gay thing, but definitely in the bi community
It,
more. I think.
yeah, it's the bi hetero kink
Yeah.
community that's pretty. Yeah, I mean it's similar to puppy play. Like they'll have the tail and
Mm-hmm.
they have the bridle, basically the bit made for
Or even
humans. Like
sometimes like you'll have the pony and the pup, right? So you'll have
right.
the woman be the pony, and the guy be the pup. So it
It's
flip flop.
usually not that they're not usually doing it at the same time.
No,
One
no.
is like the handler
Yep.
or the trainer, and then the
Sir
other
or ma'am.
is
Yeah.
right. Like an old friend of mine was really into pony play, and she actually there was a tournament where they, just like a dressage tournament, like she had to like prance around an arena, and like she got scored on
Yep.
how good of a pony she was.
Yeah, we call at bear events, we call those bear sash pageants, where you get asked questions and stuff like that, and you become Mr. Bear of whatever Mr. Bear or pup
See,
of
to
this
me,
state.
that sounds more like a beauty pageant
It
as
is.
opposed
Yeah,
to
it's a beauty
actually
pageant.
like she had to be a horse.
Oh yeah.
Oh man, what a goddamn race of fucking people we are. Well, what astrological sign does that fucking fall under? Jesus
They don't.
The year of the horse, duh.
Emotional damage.
So yeah, I mean, there's
Emotional damage.
well,
That's a good TikTok.
Actually, you know what? I think I probably do have a fetish.
He figured it out.
I like character dress up, like not like role play as such,
You
like
like
maybe a little bit kind of
cosplay.
role play.
You
But
like
I
anime?
like cosplay. Like if you dress up for me, like my ex dressed up as Velma for me one time. That shit was fucking great.
so you okay? So well, I think what's the it's not cosplay. It's a name for it. It is
I was
cosplay, but there's a name
I was
for it.
looking for it and I couldn't find it. The only thing that kept popping up was furry.
Yeah,
Yeah, no,
yeah. It's
not
not.
the
It's not
same.
fairy.
Yeah,
It's,
yeah, not the same thing. I'm not a furry.
what's the name of it? Damn. I
Co-
can't,
costume play?
no, there's an actual name for it where somebody does cosplay, but
Okay.
it's very sexual.
Consult the Googles.
Sexual
Yeah.
cosplay.
I mean, you could leave it.
Would it be burlesque? No, right?
Nah.
No,
No.
burlesque is different.
Although burlesque is hot.
I used to do burlesque too.
Oh yeah, could you make those? You spin those tassels?
I actually never had the tassels. I
I'm
used
like-
to make my own pasties.
Oh, because some of them they spin the tassels, and I'm like, oh.
Yeah,
Yeah,
her
those
dancing is phenomenal.
Oh, really?
She's lying. Don't
What?
look at her when she said no. I'm not.
Yeah, no, I do. It's hard. I know a lot of
Oh,
people.
it looks
took
hard.
some time
I mean-
because you got to get them bouncing in the right
And
way
spinning,
to get
like
them
in
to
the
spin.
yeah. Okay, yeah. No, I was always fascinated. I've been. They mostly do them at like the tattoo shows and stuff. And
Mhm.
that's like always been my like favorite part of the shows. Just watching the women, all shapes and sizes, and just like drop into a split, and then they do and their tassels are spinning, and I'm like, I'm just like.
You should see some of the
Yeah,
gay
the
men do
troupe I
burlesque
used
too.
to be part of was like a co-ed troupe, so there were women and men that did it, and it was really awesome.
Yeah, I've seen in some of the clubs in the city, like drag shows where they did burlesque. I like that too.
Okay, So we're coming to an end. I have one final question, and this is going to be would you rather? So, would you rather have sex every morning or only at night for the rest of your life?
Oh, only at night.
Freeze come out at night. Freeze come out at night.
I'd rather do
Freeze
morning because
come
that's
out
nice.
at night.
That's better
That's
than
better than
caffeine.
and it will really kind of set your mood for the whole day if you think about it.
Yeah, so morning, I take morning.
Yeah.
Well, sometimes
But
you're rushed in the
every
morning.
day, right?
Correct.
Yeah.
Every day.
What if you don't
Sometimes
complete
in-
though?
Yeah, or you don't have
What?
time. Like,
You're there
Now
the
you're
whole
just frustrated.
time. Yeah.
Wait, what if
Yeah.
you don't complete? You said
Yeah.
In the morning,
You
yeah.
don't have
Yeah.
that problem.
no, that's not a problem though.
No.
I mean,
Shit.
sometimes the morning is not like I know as soon as I wake up, it's like your day is planned out. But at least at the end of the night, like
Yeah, but
you
if
know,
you're
even
you
even
know
if you can't
can
get
only
out,
have sex in the morning, you build time for that into your morning routine.
that
And,
requires
and plus, like sometimes at night, like
You're so tired.
yeah, like if you get done with
Oh.
all the stuff that you plan to do for for that whole day, and next night comes and it's all like
It's like you wanna,
fucking
but you're
tired.
like, oh, I can't.
I don't know. I feel like night you can
Sometimes
you can like drink some
But the question is like
caffeine or something.
every day though, right? So it's every
This would be
day
every day for the rest of your life.
for the rest
Every
of your
day
life.
or every
Yeah.
night?
Morning.
yeah, I do morning.
I don't
Okay.
know.
You also gotta think about too. We're getting older and shit, man. There's pains, there's pains and shit that happen in the morning, and like your girl could have been sleeping on your arm all night, and now your arm is dead and shit. Like, get off me, bitch! I gotta get ready for work. I gotta, goddamn it!
But you create a new kink because now you can slap her with that dead arm.
Yeah, word up.
You like it, baby?
Bend over, baby. Shit! I'm about to dislocate my shoulder.
Put it
Like
in
you
your-
don't need a paddle. I got my arm. Pow!
Or you wake up and your
shit.
hips are all tight. You know. You
Yeah,
Go ahead,
man.
sir. Wednesday.
I guess you got that shit.
What happened?
Well, answer the question.
Oh, it would be night because if it would be night.
Okay. Good night.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Right beard.
I said night, man. Like at night, you could also. There's also things that you just can't get into early in the morning when you have a whole day ahead of you. Like, and you ever have sex on weed, nigga? Like, yo, I'm not gonna wake up,
Pop
wake
that in
and
the
bake,
morning.
and then fuck.
Yeah.
Wake and bake. Yeah.
Yeah, you can
Yep.
do. It's easier at night. Like to pop something.
I mean,
because then,
I've waked, baked, and
I've
fucked in
waked
the
and
morning.
baked before.
And then had sex?
Yeah, it
Yeah.
wasn't so bad.
Did you have anything to do the next?
How did she feel?
Oh, she was the one who started it.
Okay.
Wait till
Neil?
wait till you have kids and see if you fucking
I know, right?
and see if you're gonna do that shit. You're
Yeah.
fucking walking around. You had a good orgasm and then you're high as shit. Daddy, I'm hungry. You're just walking around high.
that's
as
why
fuck.
you have to do it at night because
Exactly.
they're in bed. You give them a little something to make.
Yeah,
them go to
sometimes
sleep.
you may think so.
Some no.
Maybe
It's
looking for a
called,
keyhole.
it's called Benadryl.
Oh, God.
Yeah, drink this NyQuil. Go to sleep.
You got a little sniffles there. You need a little Benadryl.
Yeah, melatonin comes in gummies too.
or just be like the old days when the grandparents would be like, "Oh, just put a little whiskey in there." And
Yeah,
they're all right.
Neil, what do you think?
I'd have to go with night. I just think that mornings are great, as well, but every day sounds taxing. I think there would be times when I would be rushed or just not quite in the mood, and night's great because you can go to sleep afterwards.
Yeah, exactly.
You're ready for sleep.
And I guess I'm choosing night too because there's a clean out process, and I'm sorry, but in the morning,
I mean, that's fair.
if you eating some White Castle yesterday,
Why did you have to mention that?
Why? I'm just saying.
You could have been
I
talking
love
about
White Castle. I'm just saying.
If you're eating White Castle, you shouldn't be fucking. I'm sorry.
Exactly. There is
48-hour waiting period.
if you're gonna go out after, that's different. But nah, fuck that.
Mhm.
Fuck that.
Yeah. If you're having Taco Bell, if you're having, anything spicy, you're going to be the top for the next 48
You're
hours.
not thinking about a partner in that fucking situation.
Oh my god.
Take us out, Sir Wednesday.
Oh yeah, sure. You enjoy this content, and you do. If you want to continue listening to nothing but the best, feel free to check us out on these platforms here. Go to True Story Bro. You always switch it up on me. Go to Twitch.tv, official True Story Bro. Find us on YouTube. Go to True Story Bro. Put the period at the end. Even though somebody had claimed the spot, we're going to knock him off. Don't worry about that guy and how he's laying down ridiculously. Like
It's okay. We got more subscribers than them anyway.
Exactly. You know what I'm talking about. You go to Instagram, you go to official True Story Bro, you go to Twitter, you go to official_TSBP. Catch us on Instagram at official True Story Bro. Make sure you check out our peoples, Echo Ninja, Crimson Adams, and sometimes the man has no nickname on Saturday Night Nightmares at Saturday Night Nightmares on IG. Feel free to check out our boy Redbeard as he's telling jokes like nobody's business on Redbeard 2124.
Fuck it up, his name.
It's in order, and he does it in order all the time, and now he's not doing it in order. So
exactly.
He's a bump.
I hate your face. Comb your beard. Anyway, Twitch.tv, Roundhouse 84. Challenge him. He needs to lose tremendously and victoriously, and we love him for being that guy that falls from grace graciously. Check us out on our merch store. We have one now. True Story Bro. Shop. Go find us. Shop for some shit. We got it.
Chris, where the fuck you get a cat from?
Kitty?
He always had a cat.
You always had a cat.
I never noticed that cat.
What you talking about, bro?
That's 6. Speaking of 6, add a little bit more. You get 10% off when you go to wildbills.com, www.drinkwildbills.com, and you can go use our promo code True Story Bro for 10. Forget what that shit says. It says 5. Add another 5 on it. That's how we love you. 10% off of your purchase. I think that's pretty much it. Anybody else got some shit to say?
I have one last thing.
Do it.
Oh no.
Well, before that, all right.
You gotta do the dance. Oh look, it's Jonesy.
Gotta do your best dating dancing. Hey, I love when he turns around and like,
Thank you.
Every
God.
great.
single episode.
Oh god damn it, I love you.
Now go break her back.
Whoa!
That was great.
Thank you. My man had it queued up and ready. I appreciate you, sir.
All right.
And
Thank you.
Red Bear, last thoughts?
Thank you to all our guests for joining us tonight, and thank you to all of you who joined us in the chat tonight as well.
Yes. Good night, everybody.
Yes, we love you. And also, Gummy Bear, so glad you came. Well, sucks that you had to leave.
Yeah.
We'll get you back
Next time.
She was in the chat though. She was still
She
here.
was.
She'll be on again. She'll be on again.
Jonesy, thank you for being here.
Thanks for having me, guys.
Neil, thank you so much.
Thanks, Neil, with the
Thanks,
voice.
Definitely,
Neil.
Neil.
Please come back. Please come back.
Happy to. It was fun.
Yeah.
Thank you.
And
All right.
good night. Bye, y'all.
Have a good night.
That's how.